The most important framework when you think about creating your course is what I like to call the 3 W's. Who, what, and why. And today I want to break it down, why these things are important, and why you really need to narrow in and focus on these questions before you begin your course. The most important framework when creating your online course is the 3 W's. Who, what, and why. And today I want to break down why these things are so important. First things first, you got to know who you're creating your online course for. Here's a little secret I want to share with you. If you try to create a course for everyone, you're actually going to create a course for no one. So for example, I had a client of mine who was a licensed mediator, and she really focused on conflict resolution. And she had 2 amazing ideas. She wanted to talk to adults about how to get rid of conflict resolution in the workplace. And she wanted to talk to teenage girls about how to get rid of conflict resolution within the teenage high school halls. Now, if she tried to craft her course to everyone, she would be speaking to no one, because when you're speaking about high school, it's totally different than when you're speaking about a place of employment. When you're using certain framework or terminology, it may appeal to one group while it may not appeal to the other. And so when we went back to the drawing board, we were able to create 2 separate courses for her in order to better understand this. Now, I want you to understand that when you're creating a course, you got to identify who it's for, because the more you understand who your audience is, the better you can cater and gear the content that you put inside of your course to them specifically. So, how old are the people that you're creating the course for? Is it a male? Is it a female? Is it a teenager? Is it an adult? Where are they at as far as the period of time in their life? I had another client of mine who worked on getting rid of debt. And while we talk about getting rid of debt as a student that just came out of college, and we talk about people who are getting rid of debt and that are getting ready to retire and need to save, that's going to look totally different. So you gotta be specific when you identify who you're creating the course for. Second thing is, you got to know what you're creating, okay? Are you creating an opportunity for people to feel free after debt? Are you creating an opportunity for people to better understand their budget? Are you creating a course that helps people to find themselves and to develop their personal development more in depth? What are you creating? Okay, this is so important because sometimes we can get lost. I know for me personally, when I created my very first course, the Book Writing Bootcamp, I wanted to teach everybody everything about the writing process. I wanted to teach them about creating a website, and I wanted to teach them about how to write their book on a limited schedule, and I wanted to teach them about productivity, and I wanted to teach them about marketing, and I wanted to teach them about speaking engagements. But realistically, the what was, I needed to teach them how to write a book. From there, I was able to make additional courses to be able to teach them the other specifics that they wanted to look into as a new author. We got to be careful of trying to be everything for everybody and really hone in and focus on what the most important thing is that we want to teach our audience. Finally, the third thing is the why. Who, what, why? Why are you creating this course? Now, I'm going to be honest. If you create a course just because you're like, I want some extra money, that's going to showcase through the material and the content you create. You got to have a strong why in order for you to maintain the momentum you need to create and in order for you to have the impact that you desire to have. I know for me in the beginning, I wanted to leave a legacy for my daughters. I wanted to show them that you could step into doing something that you love and still be able to make a difference in people's lives. And so every time I got exhausted and didn't really want to do it, I remembered in the back of my head that why was stronger than my feelings in that moment. And so it gave me the motivation and the momentum I needed to really focus on creating. For you, your why may be that you really want to create an impact on other people's lives. You want to have an impact, and you know that through a course you can reach people all over and reach them wherever they're at conveniently. And so that why will give you the that drive behind creating that course. Make sure you identify a strong why, because when you identify a strong why, it'll always make room for the how. And what I mean by that is, let's say that you're like, I really want to create a course because I'd like to monetize my passion and impact people's lives all over the world. Well, every morning, you know that you're supposed to wake up and you're supposed to start working on course creation videos or workbooks or whatever it may be, and you're like, I kind of want to hit my snooze button, or I kind of want to sleep in. You'll remember that why, and it'll make room for the how. So you'll no longer say, how am I going to find time to create my course? You're going to say, how can I make it happen quicker? Not how am I gonna find the money to do the things that I need to do for my course. You'll say, when will I find the money to be able to make this happen? Or how quickly can I find the money? Or how you'll become creative in the way you approach the course creation process if you have a strong why. So I want you to identify the strong why behind the course that you desire to create. Overall, there are a ton of benefits of creating a course. Obviously, you get an opportunity to impact people all over the world. You get an opportunity to increase your income. You have an opportunity to free up your time and spend your time doing what you love. And while these are great benefits, if you are not sure about the 3 W's, you're going to struggle with being able to understand how to create the course effectively. And in turn, it will affect the way you create content, and it'll affect your overall launch. So I challenge you to sit still with yourself today, and I challenge you to ask yourself, why are you creating the course? Who are you creating it for? And what are you creating? I want you to really sit still, and I want you to really dig into that so that in turn, you create a course that changes not only your life, but other people's lives as well.